Making roasted chicken is easy, fun, and tastes super delicious, but a little mistake could ruin the whole thing. Hi lovelies, welcome back to The Belle Cooks. Please bring your chair close, cause in this video I shared this amazing recipe, how I make roasted chicken, how I roast my whole chicken. It's very easy, you will love it. I started by brining the chicken. That is a must. I used celery, fresh lemon juice, fresh garlic, and salt. You have to use a generous amount of salt and also water. Cut all these ingredients together. Before you cut these items, especially the fresh one, make sure they are well washed. Add everything in a bowl. Pour water and drop your chicken or your turkey. Make sure that this water floats on this chicken or your turkey. So you have to use a big bowl. Cover this, keep it in the fridge to stay for 4 to 5 to 6 hours or overnight. This method could also be used to brine your fresh turkey and also roast your fresh turkey. While this chicken is having a good time in the fridge, prep your ingredients for the marinade. You can see all the ingredients I used. Let me mention them one by one to you. So I have red bell pepper, some hot chili. You have to use hot chili if you want it to be very spicy. Fresh ginger, fresh garlic, fresh onion, room temperature butter, carrots, celery, some cumin seed, cinnamon seed, fennel seed, star anise, and nutmeg. You see these spices, they tasted so delicious in this chicken. I also used my homemade curry powder, salt of course, and fresh lemon juice. Get all those dry spices, pour them in a dry pan, toast them for a few minutes till they are fragrant. Keep them to cool. Wash and cut all the fresh ingredients into smaller pieces, in a way that you can blend them in your blender. In a blender, pour all these ingredients, the onion, the garlic, the ginger, carrots, celery, all the ingredients that we've prepped, the peppers, the spices, the dry spices we roasted, and a bit of fresh lemon juice. Add a little bit of water, a little bit, cover and blend everything till they are very smooth. Transfer them into a bowl. You see the quantity that I made. I don't want story. Instead of it not to be enough, better it remains. I can still use it to make stew. At this point, I added the curry powder and salt. Add salt to taste. Don't add it to be too much. I also added the butter. If you don't want to add butter, you can blend this with oil. I added butter and I mixed this very well. Even if it did not mix well, do not bother because the butter is going to melt in the oven. And as it melts, it's going to, the flavor is going to drizzle all around the chicken and it's going to give it a very unique taste. At this point, all the ingredients is set. Now get your whole chicken or your turkey. Use your kitchen paper towel. But dry this chicken, make sure that it is not wet so that it can be able to absorb your ingredients or your marinade. So this is our marinade and this is butter. I just got this quantity. I will still add more if I need more. Intentionally use your fingers to make hole. Don't remove the skin of the chicken. Please just use your finger to open up in between the skin and the flesh of the chicken. You see what I'm doing? Then when you are done with this, you have to do it gently so that it will not poke too much. Even if it pokes, it will not poke too much. I used butter to rub the skin first and also I put it inside. This butter is not too much. This is chicken. It needs as much spices and marinade as you can give it so that this ingredient will penetrate inside the flesh very well and it will give it give it a delicious taste. So use your butter first on the chicken, both inside and outside. You can see mine. Marinate this chicken with your marinade. Be generous with it. Put it inside that space that you opened up, in between the skin, inside the chicken, inside the chicken, then on the skin of the chicken, everywhere on the chicken. Make sure that this chicken gets enough marinade. I also stuffed it with some veggies, onion, carrots, lemon, I also tied up the legs. Keep it aside now. We are done with the chicken. The next thing you have to do is to get a bowl that will be able to contain this chicken. Grease this bowl with butter, then pour in some veggies. You have to use veggies of choice. Put your chicken on top of these veggies now. Then top it more with marinade. Add more marinade. I also added marinade on this veggies before adding the chicken. This is how I do it. Cover it first with foil paper or a baking paper. This chicken needs to steam first before it starts roasting. Then pop it into your oven. Meanwhile, I have started preheating this oven. I set this oven temperature at 170 to 180 degrees Celsius. I will allow this chicken to steam first for a few minutes. This was 20 minutes later. You can see the chicken is really cooking, right? So I removed the foil paper. At this point, the chicken has cooked like 50%. 20 minutes later again, I turned this chicken the other way. You can see that side is roasted. At this point, the aroma from this chicken was so addictive. Like you want to eat it all. So I put it back in the oven, and like 20 to 25 minutes later, you can see this chicken. It has roasted really well. You can see how it's looking. So bring it out from the oven and keep this aside. You see all these veggies, just mash them very well. Mash them well. If they are thick, you can add little water, then filter it and keep the juice aside. I also kept this pulp in the freezer. I add it to my tomato paste, or I add it to my stew or my sauces. Serve your chicken and enjoy your chicken. This chicken, it was very juicy, very delicious, very flavorful. Like the taste was so delicious. It was so good. These ingredients entered every bit of this chicken. The secret to making a delicious chicken is using enough ingredients. Look at how this chicken is looking. And you can see how easy it was to tear everything apart. Just look at it. It was super delicious. Are you going to try this recipe? In this festive season, this is the best time to try this chicken for your family. Maybe if you have been afraid trying out roasted chicken, you've not made it for the first time, use this recipe, recreate it for your family. It is very easy and they are going to love it. If you have watched till this point, thank you so much. If this is your first time in this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Let's be family. And to you all my existing subscribers, all my returning viewers, I love you all. God bless you all. Thank you so much all for watching. By the grace of God, I shall see you all again in my next one. Before then, stay blessed, stay motivated, keep winning, keep looking unto Jesus. Only from Him our help comes. Bye bye.